actually certified, like with the bar kind of thing. So basically, yeah, we're just trying to increase that as much as possible. We had some photo bucket pictures that we kind of threw in there. Got okay results, but I didn't get anything super crazy. His audiences are, he had a pretty specific audience that he wanted for this one. So I was just trying to figure out, like, how I could improve that. And I'm actually working on with someone who's got some really pretty good content she's been putting, doing his daily content. And what we're doing is going to set up an email campaign, the retargeting. So hopefully we can test. And then to get the answers, they have to email or put their email in. Hopefully that will help with targeting. But yeah, I just wanted to see what you thought from at first and what really basically I could do to try to improve what I've got going. And then I had a couple questions as to what you thought I should do with. I have a meeting this afternoon with a CPA out in Texas on Zoom here, and just I don't know what people charge or anything like that. I just know that I can get them some results, and I just wanted to help out. If I make some money, I make some money.
Got it. Okay. I'm having, if we can get a return on ad spend popped up, that would be perfect. And then we'll be able to cover all those initial questions. So there we go. Okay, perfect. So what is the return on ad spend goal that the client's wanting?
Well, really, as high as he can get, I would say he probably would be the most comfortable around 4.
Okay, perfect. Well, then this ad right here. So like what we should end up doing is, you see this ad?
Mm-hmm.
I would just end up copying this, pasting it here. Oh, because that's a dynamic creative.
Yeah.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Sure.
That's why dynamic creatives are always a pain.
Yeah.
So let's, what you should do is you should copy this piece of text, this image, this copy, this learn more, and essentially do that here with this one. Like, so that way you have two different ads in the same ad set. So for instance, what is this, a dynamic as well?
He wanted
Oh
to
man.
probably are. Yeah, the ones with the little beakers next to them are tests.
Yeah, so moving forward, don't use dynamic, just do normal creatives inside this conversions campaign.
Okay.
So like you should have one ad of just this exact text of this
From
ad.
the with the girl with the green book.
Yeah, and this girl with the laptop in front of her. Or, oh, that's a guy.
Uh-huh. So you want the text from the green from the
Yeah, so you're gonna have to.
really, we just tried to have the image change. I think we were testing the difference between the image and then a couple of them, I think one or two of them, the text.
So you need to identify which dynamic creative asset was getting the. You said you only changed the images.
I believe so, because like the one there, see how they have the same, and then those are just image different.
Okay, so take the best image. So it looks like this lady and this one here, these two.
Okay.
Take those, create their own ad with that image, one ad each. So you'll have two ads you have one ad for this image, you have one ad for this image. Then do the exact same thing for this image here. Okay. And that piece of content. So that'll make 3, and then leave this one alone. So you'll just have those. Okay.
Okay.
And then put that in its own conversion campaign. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because those are all above 4x return on ad spend.
Okay. And then because they all have the same text, so just keep that the same. So are they all going to be in the same
ad set?
Same ad set. Okay.
Yep. And then do different audiences, like test new audiences. Test this audience plus do another one with those three as well.
Okay. Because he's been using, or we've been having, you can look at the audiences, but we've been doing mostly local traffic. It's really good to a site for, organic traffic.
Oops. It's lagging a bit on my end.
Oh, you're good. Oh, and I signed up for your, I think it's just an email campaign, but it's for you to be able to sort through your these.
So here, this lag is hard for me to. Yeah, but essentially if you go through this, I'm sure you've seen some of these, but I would specifically watch the ones where it's like talking about creating ad variations, right? So like this one here, I believe it might be. So just know that if you create those 3 ad variants and then create different audiences with it, that'll really help with increasing your returns as well.
Okay. And with the different audiences, I believe you kind of say that obviously you want the algorithm to do the work. So do I just do like open interest, or do I just
Yeah,
can I
just do like
start with
one.
like one being a lookalike?
Yeah, do like one lookalike, do one interest. Make sure you have just one audience per each.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, because you have 4x and above on most of these. So just use the ones that are getting a high return.
Okay.
Perfect. And then, yeah, that should be it for this one.
Okay. Cool. And then let's see, what was it? Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty much what I was just curious about, like what I could do to optimize on his. If you want to, you could go up to. I have a different account under. So this is my drop site. I can show you the whole site, but it's not terrible. But I I feel like I'm not sure what's going on with these. I've only gotten
So
one actual purchase over ever.
it looks like you've gotten 5 on this one.
This one, yeah, and that is confusing to me because it says I've gotten 5 purchases, but if you go to my actual Shopify site, I only have one purchase. So I might have accidentally put a goal as a purchase, and it's not actually, you know, it's yeah. So let me pull it up, and I'll show you what my actual site looks like. If you don't mind, I gotta get this. And I was taking advantage of, they give me free ad spend if I ran my pin through this on for one. So I was like, I'll take $100 of free advertising, and So like I have one order. My internet's not great, sorry. But yeah, that's it.
Okay.
So yeah, that's but yeah, that's so I don't understand really why it's doing that. I don't know if you wanted to just flip through it if you like and let me know what I could maybe do to improve my business manager setup or the lineup, because if I want to add another client, I want to make sure it's organized, and I know it's kind of messy, but it just any pointers you could give to me to to be able to organize that better, especially if I can get another client signed up.
Yeah. Okay, let's switch to my screen so that way we can move a little faster and I can show you.
Sure. Do I just hit stop share?
Yeah. Okay. Are we able to see this?
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. So essentially what you should do is you should go to the home page for this channel. And then right here, the Facebook ad guide, this one,
Mm-hmm.
this series, this is like from start to finish. Well, not finish, but I mean start to get into a certain point. And then same thing here, going from the beginning to the end. These are all in order. And then same thing here as well. All of these are like guides that you should follow in order. For instance, like if you start here, this is like the person at the very beginning of their account. And you can see we ended up building out all these variations of ads. And we end up structuring it to the way that it should be structured. I guess if we hit play, the playlist will work better. There we go. And you can see that here's one campaign, then it has a couple lookalikes, and it has all those ads. And then if you keep going through, you'll see that we start building out more campaigns, more ads.
Mm-hmm.
We start going over which landing pages to target. And then before you know it, like he has a lot more audiences. And then now he's tested a huge number of audiences at this point, et cetera.
So what kind of ad spend do you think people, like if you were just starting out, you should
I mean, if you're just starting out, I mean, you could do
starting
$5 per ad set, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then only scale up once you're getting a good return.
Okay, $5 a day. So you think probably most people like so. I'm just trying to think for this. For example, with this guy as a CPA, he's not, his site's all right, but he's just looking to get more leads. So I was trying to think, something lead based. It's kind of a slower process with that because they got to, be vetted and everything. So would you think like maybe like 3 or 4 ads, maybe or 5 ad sets? I don't want him to feel like he's throwing money away if he's not getting immediate results.
Yeah, so I mean, like you could end up testing, just have a set monthly budget for them. If it's like $500 or $1,000 per month for your first client, then just have a set monthly budget with them, and
Mm-hmm.
then they know exactly how much they're spending on a monthly basis, and that gives you a way to decide how much you want to spend per day on the ads for testing.
Okay. Okay. Um, and then do you generally, because I know you will run people's ads and stuff, do you generally create your own content for them or do you ask for their, if they have content or branded images or anything like that? Do you prefer it that way or, photo bucket kind of thing?
Yeah, I would always have them share access to a content drive.
Okay.
Yeah, whether it's Google Drive or Dropbox. I mean, the more content, the better. Then just pull images from their site, pull images from their social media, and all that,
Okay.
because that allows them to share you access to all the things you need.
Okay. And then I'll be able to, well, essentially, assuming I can get them monthly, let's say they do $500, I could just start pretty much in level 1 and then send it in there. Do you have a course on just adding them into, like, all you need to do is just have them add your account to theirs as an editor, or do you have to have admin access?
Yeah, so they should share admin access to their ad account
Okay.
and make you a partner on the business manager. So if you hit share your screen, and then you go to your business settings in the top right.
Right here. Right. Down here.
Yeah, just press business settings in the top right.
screen's already, I think it's lagging a bit because there. Did I click? Did it pop up?
Yeah, and then just hit partners on the top left.
Okay.
And then you'll press that blue button that says add. And then you'll just hit ask a partner to share their assets.
Mm-hmm.
Click that. And then you just follow these steps, like get started, and you would share your business ID with them, and then they would share access to you.
Oh, okay. It's easy enough then. Okay. And then that'll just keep them in this little list here in the corner, like where Jake's study ABA is. And then I can access, that's how I'll be able to just access through their, okay. Because I had, yeah, okay, got it. Because I added that like almost 6 months ago or so. I was like, I kind of forgot how to exactly do that because he's kind of on and off with it. So,
Yeah, so that'll get that access for you.
okay, great. Just trying to think. Well, since you generally, I'm just trying to, what did you, when you first started, charge people for like a retainer? Like, and I don't, I'm just asking simple advice, no, legal advice or anything like that. But because like as I'm just being, this will be my third client maybe, so I don't want to, make them scare them off. And I'm like, hey, give me $1,000 to have you run this for them. If I haven't necessarily proven myself to them, so what do you think would be a reasonable number for someone to, just get started off with?
Yeah, so I mean, like it could totally vary. It just depends if you're really wanting to land like the first one. I mean, you could go low on the pricing just to be able to prove it out. So I mean, like you could start at like 500 monthly or 1,000 monthly just to get started.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you land them, then use that to go get the next client.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I was just curious about that. I was thinking like even like, yeah, 300 or 400 or something just to get. He's also CPA, so he's got a little bit of money running around.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so that's really like I just gotta organize my account pretty much, and then so like for my meeting today, I'm just gonna ask him for his goals, and then would you suggest just getting started right from that point if we can, or just set up a goals meeting and then maybe tomorrow actually set up the account and everything, or do you generally feel like just getting rolling right away is probably the most effective way?
Yeah, so I mean, like it depends how much information you need. If you need additional info, then like you could have a meeting to gather everything you need and then launch
Mm-hmm.
tomorrow. Or I mean, if you have everything you already know what to do to get started, then I mean, you could get going right away.
Okay. Okay. Great. Yeah. Well, have you worked a lot with like restaurants and local advertising like that too?
Yes.
Because I bartend as well, so I got a hold of them, and because their advertising is pretty good, they have an okay email. I can actually show you a decent email campaign. Hold on. It's not well, I don't have it up, but it's on my other email address. But they were looking to get their ads added, built up or improved. So I was wondering if you had any tips for advertising for a restaurant that's, I'm in Michigan, so West Michigan's got 2 locations, so about a half hour apart. How would you go about? Would you do two separate ad accounts for those?
Not 2 separate ad accounts, just 2 separate campaigns.
Okay. Okay. And then generally, would you say a traffic campaign is the best for something like that? Because, or in-store traffic, or I don't really know necessarily what to make the goal, or for that,
Not a traffic, just do lead gen for an offer.
Okay. Oh, for like a discount or something.
Yeah. And then just like a code they can use when they go to the restaurant. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that does. Thank you. I was just writing it down. Yeah, I just like to take notes because otherwise I forget things.
Perfect.
But yeah, uh, that's great. Thank you. Thank you so much for